screens. I'm going to show you how to paint a motorized projection screen fast and quick without sitting there waiting for the screen to 4 applications, all that other nonsense, waiting 5 to 7 days for the screen to dry. You don't have to do any of that crap to begin with. I'm going to show you how to do it fast and quick, and we're not even going to use frog tape. As you can see, I'm showing off the ambient light projection technology on our multi-screen setup in here, which is running 1, 2, 3 projectors at the same time. And yeah, got the pizza, which was really good. And got the sunlight pouring in. That's what I'm used to seeing every day when I get up in the morning, when I'm working, or late at night, or whatever in the evening. I'm used to having my light pushed through my windows and having my screens react without them washing out or fading. So we don't do demonstrations in the dark over here. We keep it real. So let me show you how fast we're going to do this, okay? So I was thinking about spraying the screen to update it, because like I said, this screen right here is an older screen paint on the Nuke, the Apocalypse setup. But I decided I'm going to roll it in real quick, because at the end of the day, I don't want to really spray inside the house. I really don't. I usually do spray jobs outside, and that's basically right. So let's see how I'm going to do it. Okay. Let's get our chair and stuff moved out of the way. I'll tell you something, we do more demonstrations, more different forms of demonstrations than anybody else. Everybody else does the same old thing every day. With us, there's always something different. I got 3 screens fired off in the same room while the sunlight's coming off. I'm going to show you how to paint a tape screen. And you don't even have to have frog tape at the end of the day. This is what I use to actually do my, what's this called? The retro screen. I forget the name of the screen. Got so many of them. The retro pie. We use this right here. Regular kids tape. Works the same way as frog tape. It's a lot cheaper. Now the reason why I went with this is because I had to do an order. I had to do a screen setup real quick for the retro screen, and didn't have time to wait for the frog tape to get here because I really wanted to get it done. So I used some of that kids tape, and it worked just fine. Just the same as frog tape. Same thing. That's frog tape. It's much cheaper because you get like 7 or 8 rolls in a pack for like something like $2-3. That's the same thing. And you can't wait for frog tape. I would prefer to use frog tape, but if I can't and I want to get this done right away, I would rather go with that. All right, let's just disconnect some of this stuff over here. I'll leave my projector here. Anything you see me doing here is because I'm setting up for the environment to get it ready for what we're going to be displaying in the room. I already ordered it's going to take me about a gallon and a half to turn this room into what I want. I want this room to be bone white. Like I said, everything in this room is going to be bone white. I want that because we want a lot of light to reflect in here, especially when we do the lights out demonstration, show you how much light is reflecting off the white screen. You need to see that. And we got another Mr. Mannequin coming in. All right, let me turn my noodles out. I'm making pasta tonight. Let me make sure my noodles are turned on. My noodles. Shouldn't be awkward or anything here. Well, yeah, I'm sure going to have to straighten it on my bed. And I'll tell you one thing, ordered me some pizza from Papa John's. I haven't had pizza in about, I'd say a year or so. It tastes like trash. I'm sorry, it does. I can't have cheese at the end of the day because cheese will mess me up. So, I usually order pizza with no cheese on it. And man, sauce, I'm sorry Papa John's, but this sauce is trash. That's horrible. So I'm used to eating that Classio, that $7, $8 a jar spaghetti sauce, the real good stuff. That's what I like. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't good. I do a better job making my own pizza at the end of the day. Man, it's like they really didn't put no love into it. You know what I mean? You like taste food ain't got no love in it. Oh, man, it was good. Like I said, it's eatable. I'm not going to complain. But it ain't like pizza. I had a few friends of mine went to Italy. They came back, they said, I can't eat the stuff they have over here no more. You get the real stuff over there, the real spaghetti, that stuff make you cry at the table. Only once in a blue moon I've had food that made me cry at the table. You ever heard of sococho? Sococho is a Dominican dish. Puerto Ricans make it too, but it's a Dominican dish. And it has to be made by old school. Young people can't make that. That's an old school dish. That's something that grandmother, somebody made that. Somebody can put love and pain into the food. You can taste it. I have very few food that I've eaten at a table that literally make me break down and cry. That good. Very, very few. And I knew a few people that can make that soup. Oh my goodness. I said, if you was a little bit younger, I'll put a ring on you. Man. I don't know. Man, this food just don't taste the same way anymore. I guess it's the same thing my mother says too. My mother is a country girl. People don't realize that. My mom was a country girl. My mother didn't even know what it's like to eat processed food. She grew everything off the farm. Everything was there was no processed food. If you want milk, you go down to the cow and you squeeze it out of a cow. Everything. They hunt, they fish, they grow. That's what they do over there. But she said the food don't taste the same. And as you get older, well, I don't know about your generation now, but in my generation, food tastes a little different. Not like it tastes like now. King Vitamin tastes like straight dog food. Can't tell the difference between one. Yeah, it does. That's my opinion, it does. Okay, man, I should have rolled this up, shouldn't I? Nah, throw it out. Throw it out. All right, so we're going to do this without using frog tape. Because usually I do suggest you use frog tape at the end of the day, but we don't have any frog tape. This is the substitute for frog tape. The RetroPie screen I painted over there, I used nothing but kid tape to paint it. When I did the stencils, yep, everything was done through kid tape. Use fast and quick. Get off our hooks here. Now, usually, two ways you go about doing this. I mean, I'm doing it the lazy man way. But I don't really feel like taking this out. Disconnecting it and putting it back up. I don't want to do that crap. But there's a way that if you have it already rolled up, how you can remove it off and take it down. It's really easy to do. I'm on the opposite side of this, which I shouldn't be. I should be on the other side. All right. But it's another way. When you get the screen, you roll it up. What you want to do is you want to plug it in. You want to hold the screen up so the label is facing toward the wall, like you actually have it held up against the wall, and then you roll it out. Do it another way, you're gonna mess it. You could mess your screen up. I'm saying you might not, you could mess it up, but that's how you do it. You hold it and you roll the screen. Have the remote control, plug it in, and bring it up, and that's how you bring the screen up. I've done it up to a few times on camera. This is a customized screen. I was going to spray it in, but I don't want to spray up here at all. I like to spray inside the house. I'd rather spray outside, so we're going to roll it in. Screen paint we're going to use for this one, it's not going to be green. I'm going to go with my my new stuff. That's what I'm going to be using. But I did play a little bit of the Fallout 4. I freaking love it. I really do. I'm going to customize my screen strictly for that game. And it is going to be a monster. It's going to be beautiful. Already picking out the colors already. And since we can design our own colors with our products, I know exactly what color I'm going to do. I'm going to put it. I'm probably going to have the screen blue with some, oh, it's going to, I can't, I'll tell you about it later. I can't explain it. There's no point in explaining it. I got to show you. We're going to make one. I'm going to make a Fallout screen. All right, so let me see how we're going to do this. We need a stand in here for you guys. I think that should be good about right there. See if I can get it so I can position you guys in to see this. We don't have the, I put that stand anyway. If I had it, I guess I can put it right over there. I don't know. My Brandy's on. Trying to see where I can get you guys positioned in somewhere. Maybe I can get you over top. The chair over here would be nice. Okay, let me see. This should work out. Hold on a minute. Let me position this a little better. Right there. That ain't half good, but it ain't good. I have no idea. When you're trying to set a stand up, a stand has a complete mind of its own where it wants to go to. Now we're doing this, like I said, we're doing a lot of demonstrations. I'm setting up a how-to page on the website. So you can always go in later on if you got things to do. I tell you, but at the end of the day, look, if you got things to do, you go take care of your things. Video is always going to be here. It ain't going nowhere. So sometimes in the middle of a video, I'll walk off camera. I do it a couple times. I walk off camera, go do something else. and go eat. Yeah, I go eat. I walk off camera a few times. I'll go eat. I say what I had to say, and I might start doing that more often. Just say what I got to say and walk off camera because pretty much it's self-explanatory. It's not that hard at the end of the day. We've done so many video demonstrations, I really don't have to explain anything. Now, people sometimes shoot me emails like, hey, how do you shop for this? How do you shop for that? How do you know how to get the right lamps, all that stuff like that? Now, that stuff may take some time for me to be on camera. Other than that, some of this stuff, if I'm doing video demonstrations, I'm just walking off camera because usually most people have to be there. If you're doing a fully lit environment and your screen can't pull a proper contrast level, they have to be there to make sure that nothing pops up on the screen that's going to make the video look bad. Me, my stuff works on anything. I'm in the room running 3 projectors at the same time with the light, sunlight coming through the window. So, yeah, I'm good. If I had another camera in there, which I need to get another camera in there, I'm going to get another YouTube account and put in the camera just recording stuff. I just walk off camera, go outside, talk to somebody, have a conversation. I'm good. The screen's going to be to pick up anything anyway. Look. See, we're in here working in here, right? Having a ball. Let's see what's going on in the next room. Got some stuff going on here. Of course, which one went in timeout. Let's see what's going on over here. We're supposed to be on, and the PS4 is in sleep mode. There we go. And for some reason, my over here. Look at that something. I forgot to put the whatchamacallit in the photo show. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, no, don't click on that. I don't want to hop out. There we go. Drive through New York City, 4K. I like to watch those. Got some work over here on the computer. We got the drive-throughs. I like watching these right here. I can watch hours and hours of just people just driving through the city. I love this stuff right here. We're going to do it at nighttime, daytime. Oh, look at that. We're going to do that one right there. I like this one better. So I'm doing a little work over here. Got the PS4 over here, doing a little gaming over here. And I'll watch the little drive through in here, and that's it. And here we are. Look at this stuff. Window light coming right through and everything. Everything looks nice. That's how it's supposed to be at the end of the day. That's really going to make a difference at all. Shout out to being there for that. All right, let's get to this. Get our tape, get this taped up, get it done. So I got some pictures I want to take of this. Oh, the picture with the freaking nuclear explosion and the freaking green going off. Oh, I got to have some pictures of that for the website. So we're going to do like, we're not selling customized screens. I had to put a huge disclaimer in there. We're not selling any form of customized screens. All we're doing in that demonstration is basically showing you what you can do with the product. Now, right now, I got to do a demonstration. I got to do the acoustic screen down, which I haven't had time to. Man, once I got that pizza in my system, I was done for the day. So I guess we'll do it again. We'll do it tomorrow. So right now, I just want to do some gaming. I need some me time. So I've been doing demonstrations all this week. But tomorrow, we'll do. I got to go on ABS forums, and I got to show people how to navigate the distance calculator. And then we're going to be doing some demonstrations on, I got to do more promo demonstrations. All right, let's get this done because Mr. Bird is tired. And he had 4 slices of pizza. And right now, I want to get in my relaxer, watch a little of that AMSR, what they call the relaxing dish. Oh, I love that stuff so much. So relaxing it is. And just chill. I got this massager coming in next week with them big boy chair massagers. The ones that look like something out of a transformer. Oh, yeah, I ordered one of those. The only thing I hope it doesn't have is that Musashi massage, whatever it is. Thing feels like a medieval torch rack. I can't stand that thing. I hope you can disable it. I got one for myself. And thank all my overseas customers and American customers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the orders. I do appreciate them. I do. Okay, get you guys positioned in there. Some people don't like it when they hear me say it. They're like, man, I don't want to hear that then. But they will. Look, let me tell you something. Go someplace else at the end of the day. Like I said, my stuff right here. At the end of the day, people come here because at the end of the day, you learn something here. I'm not going to be on camera talking a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo about delivery systems and all that other nonsense at the end of the day and how dedicated screens, gray and silver screens make fantastic dedicated setups. That's a bunch of crock-a-la. Yeah, right. That's just garbage. A lot of light reflecting off your house, off your walls and stuff. All right, let's get this taped in. so this should be pretty easy and fast. All right, same thing as we always do. Try to take over the world. Can't the brain. All right, so I guess I'll start here. I think I'm going to make my screen a little bigger. No, I guess I'm going to leave it to where it's at. Well, I always make it a little bit inch more than what it is. Stuff looks really good. I'll tell you. This right here is kids tape. It's kind of like the kids use to do their arts and crafts with. But this stuff works fantastic. It works just like frog tape. So what you want to do when you tape your screen, you want to make sure you make it an inch or so away from the actual screen itself. We're doing a repaint right now. That's what you want to do. All right. And that's it right there. Now, if you're doing the customization like I'm doing with this, it's a whole other ball game. It's a whole other way of taping the screen. Trust me, it is very interesting. But we'll do one. Well, I did enough of these already. I did a couple of these already, so I just reload those videos. All right, then we'll repeat it again here. Same thing. Just get it right along as close as you can to the border. You can also expand your screen size if you want to. I've done that too. I've also turned a 16:9 into a turn a 16:9 into a 4.3. Yeah. All right, get it over this right here. And that's completed on that side. It's done. Take a roll again. Get it right near the edge. As much as you possibly can, get it right near that edge. I don't get too much of my yellow. My yellow is real nice trim in there. This is the only hardest part right here. Just trying to get between this and the bar. That's pretty much it. The hardest part is right here. I have to re-tape it up right up sometimes. I think we ran out of this one. You remember this one? No, we almost went there. We're good. Okay. Alright. Now I always take this part just in case because I don't want to bump my screen. Sometimes you might roll up and bump it by accident. That does happen, so better safe than sorry. Got a lot of tape on this little roll right here. Sorry, my socks are jacked up. I gotta just work a lot of hours, that's all. I love when people sit there and say at the end of the day, like, Mr. Bird, you got to buy new clothes. Mr. Bird does more work than most people do when they get up in the morning. When most people get up in the morning, I've been up already at 12 o'clock. I've built screens, built environments, designed new screen paint. So for the naysayers to say, I need to, yeah, well, while you're asleep, I'm up doing all this stuff right here at the end of the day. Building whole entire environments, developing new screen paint. That's what I do. So sorry if I'm not eye candy to you at the end of the day. It's not my job to be eye candy. My job is to come in here and show you how it's done. Out the naysayers and the people who claim that they know what they're talking about, but they don't know jack what they're talking about. This will be my fourth coat painted onto the surface today. Well, not today. Since I've had the screen be my fourth coat. But that's the funniest thing I've heard in my entire life. That I showed you in the video why you do not want to use that screen in a dedicated theater room. Yeah, you'll have white light reflected all over the place. It'll be bouncing off the screen. Ultra short, those that have the same reaction too, so it's not just long throws, so just so you know. Anything that bounces off that screen cannot capture light. That's the problem. All that excess light is bouncing all over your theater room. And we were just showing off red. Imagine if you're watching a movie involves a majority of it's white. Man. Also, too, you keep doing that. You ever been through a rainbow effect, a DOP rainbow effect? I have. I've been through one of them before. It is not a pretty sight. And mind you, I used to develop great screens back in the day. And I've seen one. I've seen it only one time in my life. It makes you want to throw up. So weirdest thing you ever seen in your entire life. But you ever seen a DOP rainbow effect? I got a chance to see one. It's not a pretty thing you want to go see. So that little bit of tape, this right here, see this little bit of tape right here? Was enough to wrap from here to here to here. Now, we're not done yet. We still got to put a couple of strips there. You put safety strips there, just in case. Like I said, I've been painting for a long time. Even I've screwed up and bumped over the line a few times. Like, I'm so glad I freaking painted over this section. I taped this section right here. So you want to make sure you got everything taped real nicely. And like I said, cheap tape, cheap children's tape, not expensive. Frog tape sometimes goes up a little. It gets so expensive sometimes. All right. Make sure you get that in there just right. I'm a little perfectionist. I want to make sure that's done right for me. So they're even asking. I'm going to paint some new screens in here soon, right from scratch. To show you how to do it. And customize and design your own screens. Why your screens got to be the same color as everybody else? Why? Why you want that same old boring color at the end of the day? Get something different in your house. Do something different. Get something that when your neighbors come over, they can talk about. Like, wow, I went over and I saw a screen look freaking crazy. Never seen anything like that before. That's why I said, but the other jokers, they don't teach you anything different. They don't teach you how to take a screen and break it outside the box. Look at it. You've never seen a screen like that before, have you? You can paint and design your own screens the way you want to. They have no form of imagination whatsoever. Oh, I can't wait to do my unicorn screen. I should do a unicorn motorized projection screen. I was thinking about doing a fixed frame. We got invisible unicorn technology, but I'm going to do a motorized unicorn screen. That'd be nice. Okay, so now we got it all taped up real nice. So what you want to do is now you want to just go over your board right here, put a little safety tape in, just in case if you slip up and you hit your screen by accident, you don't mess it up. That nice pretty yellow I got here, I like it. I don't want to mess up my yellow. There we go. Now, man, really? There we go. Now when I do the fallout screen, I'm going to do a little different with the tape. I want the tape to lift up just a little bit on the edges. I want it to bleed out a little bit because I want to mix that in with a little bit of rust. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a rust paint job for the screen. The part you're seeing right here, that's going to be a rust paint job. And trust me, it's going to lay nice and flat, but it's going to be like an overlay of paint to give it like a kind of a rust, kind of corroded look to it when the screen rolls up and down. It's going to be beautiful. I cannot wait. It's going to be beautiful. Now this one right here, if you want to add a little texture to it, like it has a bit of a rough feel, that's what you use caulking for. That's what caulking for. If you do any kind of PC modding, where basically I'm talking about, it's not the kind of modding through lights, I'm talking about actual modding where you're basically turning a piece into something that doesn't even look like a PC at the end of the day. There's a whole lot of stuff you use. Silicone is something that's nice to use. Silicone is beautiful if you're doing a PC where you want to make it look like it's frozen. So you take these silicone and you basically take it and you drop it down and you put optic fiber lighting inside of it and you put a glow paint in the inside of it. That's why when optic fiber hits a glow paint, it gives the illusion that there are icicles inside the case. Oh yeah. We might do a freezer. I might do a freezer. And we do anything to make it look as ice. It's completely out of ice. There's also tricks on when you spray your screen with silver. Now, this happened by accident. I coated a PC case with silver because I wanted it all silver. Did this outside in the wintertime. When I came outside, the silver had this kind of crack embedded all throughout the silver. It just cracked it up really bad. But it looked amazing. So temperature also too can change out the outcome of a case too. So that's when I started buying myself a freezer, painting screens, and painting these cases and sticking them in the freezer to freeze them to get the chemical to react a little different. So it would have a kind of cracked up look to it. Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff you learn. The same thing you do when you incorporate, when you design mod PCs, you incorporate it right into everything else you do. Artwork, if you're an artist, man, if you're an artist at the end of the day, oh, I wish I had your skills. And there's some people with amazing art skills. You know what kind of stuff you can do to screens at the end of the day? Wow. So it's pretty simple, but I've seen some people who got some really good hands when it comes to artwork. All right, let's take the piece out right here. Like Mr. Bird, I like to talk. Mr. Bird likes to talk. I'm not a doctor, but I believe it on TV. Delivery system. Yeah, delivery for what? What are you freaking delivering? I haven't heard anything like that for my life. Delivery system. My areas right here, just make sure I don't want to mess up my screen. A nice paint job. Alright, just want to smooth everything down. Nice and smooth. Alright, make sure it's all nice and smooth. Make sure your corners, everything is nice and smooth. It's nice and flat. Sorry about the socks, people, but I'm working, so I don't care. In the day, I'm not in here to be a fashion show. There you go. All right, that's it. We paint over top of it. Like I said, nothing new, nothing new. I'm trying to be, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to say it because it'd be wrong. But like I said, that Batman screen he made, you have no idea. When you see the one I designed, it's going to be insane. Oh yeah, we're going to have a whole skyline of Gotham City, lights and everything, the whole 9 yards. Even the bat signal's going to hit the ceiling. I'm designing it for a friend. I'll show you how to custom design something. How to do it. Don't get me wrong, it was a nice effort. It was a nice effort, the whole cardboard cutout. But it could have been done much better. Much, much, much better. Much better than that. I'd have bought up some plexiglass. I got a machine up here that can cut plexiglass. We order one. I used to have it for PC cases. We used to customize, you get an old Dell PC case that don't have a peekaboo window. They call it a peekaboo window. You take a laser and they cut through it, they pop it out, and then you go and you basically punch holes all through it. You're going to drop your hose and get a piece of plexiglass, and you cut the plexiglass to the design you want, and you put that right into it, put the seal around it, pop those gold screws in, and boom, put some neon lights in, there you go. Design it the way you want to. I'd have got me a piece of plexiglass. I'd have cut out a Batman seal. I'd have put embezzle, what do you call that? Those black lights you put in. I'd put black lights into it. Oh, that thing would have been sick. All right, we're done. This is all taped out. We're done. We got the corners and stuff done. Everything's good. Let's get ready to. I'm gonna do the fallout. Now, I got the fallout stuck in my head now. I got it in my head, stuck in my head. How we're gonna do this, man? I can't wait to do the fallout. The fallout's gonna be sick. I mean, it's gonna look the surface. It's gonna look corroded. It's gonna take. It's a multi-paint job to do. So it's 3 paints you're gonna use, and they're overlap. You brush it in, you fade it in. You brush it in, you fade it in. You thicken it up, you fade it in. Do it enough times. I did a tutorial video on how to make objects look like they're like 100 years old by just learning how to brush and fade in, how to mix and blend. We're going to do the same thing here. And it's going to lay nice and flat, and it's going to roll up with no problem and roll right back out. All right, so what we're going to do first, we're going to get our corners like we like to do. Simple and plain. No freaking waiting, freaking 7 days for the screen dry and that nonsense. Ain't it be done. That's it. hot. Let's lift off and see what it'll do. Okay. So we're pouring in the middle. That's what we're using. Using the new stuff. This is what we call the that dark platinum blue. I'm using quite a lot of it. I love this stuff. That's what I have in the next room. That's dark platinum blue technology. And there. So what we do is get our corners real quick. Should I use a whatchamacallit? Why don't I have to? What am I doing with my hand? Where's the what the heck am I doing? Take me forever to get it done that way. There we go, good. Alright, smooth this out. Get our corners first. I'll take a little bit on the tip right there. That's it. And just get my corners, that's it. Don't worry about tagging the floor. This stuff is designed to come off and real nice on the floor. Wash it off with a little hot water and soap and you're done. Use your screen as a paint pan if you want. That's what I use. Every time I use paint pans, there's some paint on the wall. There we go. I'm going to brush my roller right in the corner. That's it. And just lean into your brush. I like to lean into the brush a little bit, or roller. I keep saying brush, roller. Lean into it a little bit. Now this is called paint skin. Sometimes you get a little bit of it on there. Just take it off, that's all. Don't cause no damage. That's it. So a little close in there. Gotta give me a tighter roller. Tighter, I like this one. I don't know why I like this one. This one's real nice. I like it. I guess that's why I won't get another one. Alright, that's it. Go right on in. Now, just for kicks and giggles, we don't need it, but we're going to put it down anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to put in 2 coats. We don't need to. But I'm going to show you at the end of the day that it's not going to affect your screen at all. It's not going to affect it. It takes a lot to cause the screen at the end of the day to jam up. A lot. Like I said, I know because I've done it already. Just when I tell you about the fixed frame screens, you do not want to remove a fixed frame screen out of the screen once you paint it the first time, because it's not going to have that same elastic spring to it when you're going to put it back on. It's going to be your personal nightmare at the end of the day. You're not going to remove bars out of the back of your screens. Your fixed frame screen, last thing you want to do. Just keep in mind when it's easier to put it together the first time. The second time, when that screen starts to expand, push it on itself, it's going to be a headache putting it back in there. Now, keep in mind, not all of them react the same way. Some may be a little easier. They may work that way. But then you might get some of them that won't. And you do not want to deal with the ones that don't. Because I had a screen that was dirty so bad one time, I just threw the whole thing in the trash and ordered another one. It's not working. Too much of a headache. I don't drink, but I was going to make me drink that day. Alright, so as you can see, we put that first application on nice and smooth. That's it. We're done. That fast, that quick. We're going to put another application on. We don't need to. We're going to put it on for the sake of just putting it on. To show you at the end of the day, we got 2 of them on there already. This one's going to be a 3rd. I'm going to put a 4th on it. It's not going to cause the motor to jam up. But that's done already. So let that dry. I'm not going to go downstairs. I can play the game system if I want. Now, usually when it comes to motorized screens, we don't wait 5 to 7 days for a screen to dry. That's just hocus pocus. We're not doing that nonsense. I say probably about, I do around 30 minutes with a fan. depending on the size of the screen. But you don't have to wait 7 days. You think I'm gonna have this sitting on my floor for 7 days? How much work I gotta do by tomorrow? I can't have this sitting on my floor for 7 days. This thing gotta go. So let's go take a look over the screen, make sure we got no paint skin, anything like that. Because sometimes you get a little paint skin. Got some here, we got some there. Let's see what else we got of that. Got a little bit of it right here, there. Sometimes you do get a little paint skin. Sometimes it comes off on the roller. Ours will come off on the roller. Make sure you look over it. You always roll right back over top of it, that's all. I'm not going to mess your screen up, take your hand like this and do that. So just take your roller, just go right back on top of it. Move it right back out, that's all. Move it back out. You'll dance with it. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. That's pretty much it. That's it. Well, we're going to put another coat on. How about this? How about we put 2 more coats over top of it? Let's make it 5. Just to show you how bogus some people, when they speak at the end of the day, don't know what they're talking about. We got 2 in it already. That's 3. We're going to put 5 coats on it. Just for fun. Just to show you at the end of the day, we're not going to mess the motor up. It's not going to jam up, nothing at all at the end of the day. I think the reason why he spoke that is because he tried to make it sound like his solution is the one you want to go with, because to put that fear in there that you're going to mess your motor up at the end of the day or damage it if you don't use this product. Bull crap at the end of the day. These are cheap motors. $68 motorized projection screens. That's a cheap screen. So you know they didn't go all out on the motor when they designed it. So if anything, if these things are going to jam up, it would be one of these. If something's going to jam, it would be one of these. We're going to do 5 on these. So come back in, let it dry. Let's do some game. Let's play some Pac-Man or whatever. That's what I love about my videos. Most people, like I said, they got that one screen that they're stuck with. They have that one screen because that's their best screen. That's the only screen they can display off, because that's the only screen at the end of the day they can show off the best they have to have. We're not to do that. We can leave from here. Let's go in another room. Let's go play games over there right now. Got 720p set up in there, some other stuff. Let's have some fun. We don't have to do that. We have options. We don't want to be in here. We go someplace else. Because at the end of the day, I don't have to depend on one projector to make my product look good. I can go anywhere I want in my house. My windows are open. We got 1080p, 720p, and we got, this is my favorite one, 600 by 800, 720p SVGA. That's what's playing at the bottom in 235.1. Turn my lights on if I want to. What do we want to do? Let's see. I like to watch these right here. I watch these all day long. This is people driving through New York City. I love this stuff. Especially I like to watch it before COVID hit. You know what I mean? I love watching those. Just remind me of how good we used to have it before we all took it all for granted. Look, we can look out the window if you want. Look at how beautiful it looks out there. Nice snow. Squirrels are running back and forth. I think they're running back there a few minutes ago. I think that's a squirrel right there. All right. So let's come over here. Dad, to print some printers out, print some labels out for some customers. We got some orders that came through. Thank you so much. I do appreciate. And let's come over and do a little gaming. Let's see. Oh, let me get a fan upstairs too, by the way. Get that fan around. I want to check out on here before I go downstairs. And I gotta crack the window here too. Whew, never mind. We got snow. We got snow. We got snow. Man, I got one of them big old brownies. Man, ooh, man, that's a good brownie. Ooh, Streets of Rage. Definitely some Streets of Rage. Now later on, we're going to come back in here. We're going to blow the whole screen out. Oh, man. I was in there watching some cartoons with the whole screen blown out. Freaking love it. This is going to be nice. All right, let me go get a fan. Get this thing dry. Get it going. Get my room shut so Cat doesn't go in my room and say, Mom, what was that? Yeah, don't even think about it. I'm watching you. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Now, you see the screen in here? It's the same technology we have in the next room. But when the projector hits it, they go dark. Now, I'm gonna show you what it looks like when the projector doesn't hit it. The reason why it has the name to it, dark platinum blue, because they are. It's a bluish color kind of technology. If you look at this, that's the gunmetal. See the difference between the two? There's the gunmetal technology, which is this is the darker version we have of it that almost looks like it's black. But when we lay a black projection screen, you see that it's gray. This one actually has the name blue in it because that's what it is. But if you look at it, when they dry, they look black. Ah, ha, 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 ha. It's a mad science as well, isn't it? No, God's amazing. That's what it is at the end of the day. What you up to? Huh? Yeah, into something. Like I'm walking across the screen. Let's see what this does. Now we're going to shut that door so he can't get in there. That's what we want to do. Yeah, I'm watching you. Security is doors. Put your butt someplace else. See what I throw. Go. Everybody got your rooms upstairs. All right. Now the thing I got to do with the PC, this is what I got to do. I got to get one long cord because the PC has an extender piece on it. Not good. It's weakening my signal. So look at that. Somebody already stuck already. Boy, I feel sorry. That is not a road right there that you want to make a mistake on. Mind you, that road right there, I told you the other day, that road is one road. See how now that road is? That's a commercial road. So trucks come through there, salt trucks. Heavy vehicles come through there, school buses come through there, and it's two-way. You think about that. That's why I told you at the far end of my house, I'm going to have that special wall put in with those huge barriers, put in those concrete barriers or whatever I got to put in, because if you hit my fence, my driveway fence when it goes through, first thing you're going to do is you're going to smack into one of them freaking steel poles. You're not going to be able to hit the house. But thank God they stuck. They pushing right now. Oh man, that's not the road to be stuck on, boy. Because these jokers fly around that corner with no mercy. Why would you even be driving? Why would you even drive that to begin with? I mean, seriously, I would just have a Jeep or something. I don't know. I mean, literally, think about it. I mean, I don't know if people want luxury cars and stuff. But at the end of the day, if I know if I'm living in an area that I'm going to have hostile freaking conditions, I'm getting myself a Jeep. At the end of the day. I don't know. I mean, each his own. I mean, that's my personal opinion. Because come winter time, if you got one of them good Jeeps that got the exhaust pipe that comes to the front, so your engine doesn't get flooded. If you got one of them big boys, the modded out Jeeps, those are the jokers right now. I just seen 3 of them today riding up and down here like it's like they're having a ball out here. But you know, to each his own. Everybody likes their own car. I mean, personally, for me, yeah, he's stuck. He ain't going nowhere. God forbid when it turns icy. Yeah, I got me a Jeep. I rented one. I stuck it up my car and just rented one. But you know. Alright, yeah, he gonna be there for a bit. How come you don't have a whatchamacall? Everybody know you put a little cat litter underneath for that? Put a cardboard, you stuff up some cardboard underneath of it, put a little cat litter, you stuff a little traction, something. But she ain't even got snow tires on either. Not the way he's getting along. Oh, he ain't gonna make it up that hill. I'm gonna show you right now. I don't want to have my camera out the window so you can't see. But I don't want them like I'm recording them or anything. But you see that freaking hill? You know how steep that freaking hill is when you come around that corner? See right there where that car is at? I don't know if you see it. See how he's creeping around that corner? If he make it around that corner, boy, he is lucky. All you gotta do is just look at the Jeep. Look at the Jeep. Jeep is just cruising out like, no problem. There's all four-wheelers coming up here. The old Jeeps. He made it up. Okay, he got that. I give him that. He got that. Shoot, after that, I get home. I wouldn't take that thing out for the rest of the day. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to make it up that hill. Oh, Jeep. Truck got snow. Truck's good. Oh, truck is skinny. Oh, it's ice. It's definitely ice. Definitely skinny. I know I should be minding my own business, but like I said, it's interesting. I'm not saying it's interesting, but it's skinny. I've been in that. We all been in that situation before. I was in the car with my ex when we was going up, and I actually felt the car literally moving from one side by itself. It was the craziest thing ever. And he's sliding. He's literally sliding. You can't see it, but the white truck is literally driving and sliding at the same time. It's ice right along that path right there. Especially if you got a heavy load in the back. You're going to start fishtailing. All right, let's get over here. Get some, while we're waiting for the screen to dry. I'm sitting there watching people. Hopefully, no accidents out here. There, he's riding another one. Just gunning up the street. Okay, buddy. You know, I guess he had a good Jeep. He got right on up there. I'm deciding what I'm getting. If I get a vehicle, I'm getting military. That's exactly what I'm getting. I'm getting definitely military. I don't want that. I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but I don't want that toy Hummer. That's a toy at the end of the day. I know some people don't consider that to be a toy. That is a physical toy at the end of the day. I want a real Humvee. Of course, you know, they're not going to give you the armor-piercing steel and the titanium plated doors and all that good stuff. 3-ply bulletproof ballistic glass. Not going to give you all that good stuff, because literally that's a weapon at the end of the day. But still, I want a military vehicle. My driveway's big enough to put it in it too. You can buy them for surplus too at the end of the day. Oh, I know my buddy's gonna scream at me. I got 2 people who have those trucks. I know I'm gonna get the calls on that one. What you mean it's a freaking toy? I'm sorry, man. I mean, it's my opinion. It's not a military vehicle. I want to get screamed at for that one. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me go over here. I love this place, man. I tell you. Every time we design a room, this room is not done yet. This room is nowhere near done yet. I haven't got the decoration done in here. We just got the bare minimum. Right now, today, I just came in and got the wire management, cleaned all the wires up. They look real nice. We're going to put a nice plate behind that to hide all my wires in there. We're not done. All this has to be, we're not done working here yet. I got some of the stuff in here right now put in, but we're not done with this yet. We got a long way to go. Well, not a long way to go, but it's going to look real nice. I want it to look like, I want some shelves up here. I want it to look like that whole thing. Like, if you ever saw, what's it called, Sherlock Holmes, how his den was, how it looked, and I mean, that kind of, I like that kind of like, he has that futurist, everything is a kind of futurist, kind of vintage look to it. I like that kind of steampunk. That's what we're doing in here. We're gonna make a steampunk theater room. That's what we're gonna do with it. So that's why I had these certain colors in here for everything. So yeah, I can't wait. So we got to go over to Amazon and do some shopping. Right now, I'm just trying to get everything in order in here. All right, so we're good with this in here. Let's get these out of the way. I don't want to look at this all day long. Am I in theater view? I'm in theater view right now. All right, I'm going to let that play over there. Got our music playing on that over there. That can stay. It can stay. I love this place now. Put you guys right about there. That should be good. And the other screen's drying right now, so that should be dry no time I'm going into it again. All right, that's good. We almost time to put out the foot on it. All right. Let's see what we want to play. Oh, we got editor's choice. What we got going on in here? Let's see what we got going on here to buy. We got something here to buy. I'm gonna buy a game today. See, we got something. They got a sale right now for $20. Oh, I love this so much. All right. Things for $20. We got all deals. We got all deals. Newest 3D, never played it. I got that Jason. That Jason's pretty good. It's kind of weirdo. Oh, 17, yeah. Now, is this going to be a fighting game? Fight.
I've decided that I'm going to follow my own ninja way. If that's what being smarter means, I'll remain a fool my entire life.
We gather a tailored beast in order to develop new forbidden jutsu.
You know, Nine Tails, someday I want to do something about the hatred that's inside you, too.
Right, that's okay. I hope it's not, I hope it's something to fight more. I got the Crew 2. I hated that game. Oh, I hate that game so much. Oh, you. Well, I got it for free. Don't worry about it. I bought it for free. Dragon Ball Z. I already got that already. I got that one already. I already got that one already. I ain't big fan of South Park. Oh, Metro. Good gracious, man. You ever played Metro before? The game Metro? You ever heard of the scorpion spiders? You ever seen those things? That's the freakiest thing you ever seen in your entire life. When they make you go down, they made you go down the basement twice. And that basement, it is the darkest, dirtiest area of the board. And there's these huge pulsating nests all over the place. And it's the most scariest thing you ever dungeon. It's crazy. And they got something called a scorpion spider. Oh, that's the nastiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And they're all over the place down there. It's infested with them. But you have to go down there and hit some fuse box or whatever, turn some generator on. Oh, I hate them things. And the jack thing about that game, I did that entire thing without realizing that over on my button that there was an option to turn a flashlight on. I did that thing with using the bare minimum, the light that I had to generate to keep charging up. Yeah, I was using that to get around down there. I didn't realize when I was playing the game that all I had to do was click that little black button and boom, a flashlight would have came on. Yeah, knowing that before I went down to that creepy freaking nightmare. But that thing, man, I'd never play that game ever again. Never again. Like Dead Space. I played it once, I was done. Dishonored was good. Dishonored was really good. I beat all those. That's a really good game. Assassin's Creed beat all of those. Love Assassin's Creed. Not a big fan of Tomb Raider. Mad Max, ugh. I hate that game. Legos, not a big fan. Oh, that one too. Predator, I gotta play that game. I haven't had the time to play the game. The Hunting Grounds, I gotta get into that. Beat the Wolfensteins too, they're good. No, I'm mispronouncing that. Rage 2 sucked. Rage, the first one was much better. That's just my opinion. To each his own. Everybody else may think it differently, but I didn't like it. I hated Rage 2. I couldn't stand it. Vast open worlds of complete nothingness. Every once in a while, you fall into a pocket of enemies. Other than that, it was just driving around in the middle of nowhere. Mega Man X Collection. Devil May Cry. Not a big fan. Everybody's a big fan of Devil May Cry. That's the thing right there. Not knocking. It's a good game, but it's not for me. Doom. I used to play Doom faithfully until I found out that Doom was satanic as I don't know what. Didn't realize that the doorways were upside down crosses. And that kind of ended it for me. Vanquish. I had that game right there. I got it on PC. That was a good game. Ooh, what's this right here? Okay. Drunken Bar Fight. Have you ever played that in VR? That's the funniest game you will ever play in your entire life. Of course, it does make you a little sick and make you want to throw up at the end of the day, but it's nothing like punching your friend in the face or hitting him over top the head with a deer's head or a bar table or just going and just starting a fight for no reason at all. That was the best game on freaking Quest ever. I swear, I used to walk in the lobbies and just start fights out of nowhere. Just smack somebody in the head with a beer bottle, and if you want fists be running all over. Oh man, that was a good game. If you've never played it in VR, it is freaking hilarious. Oh, it's hilarious. Especially when you get people from overseas. The Australians would have me dying in there all day, man. What do you want to do, bloke? Put your hands up. Come on, put your hands up. Let's do this. Oh, I'm in there crying. Oh, it's the best game ever. It's the best game, especially when you have a bunch of people in there and you start a rumble in it. It's hilarious. Where do you think you're going? Oh, man. That's a good game, Drunken Bar Fight. Let me see what we got here. One Piece. Oh, I have that already. I bought that already. I got to get into that. I really have never gotten to that game that much. There's some games I really got to start getting into. Dead by Daylight. I heard that was a pretty crazy game. I got all the VRs for that one. That's pretty good. Didn't know I was a bad fan. I'm not a big fan of Batman. Batman has a lot of stealth in it. I don't like stealth. I'm never that kind of person. I'm usually a person that's a run and gun. That'll be me at the end of the day. Run and gun. By the time I get done looking at the screen, I'll be done. Star Trek Racer, not my thing. They got some good sales in here. I gotta contact the driver. Oh, I know I want some Kingdom Hearts. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts in a while. That's a really good game. What's this? Oh no, we ain't doing that. That's definitely not gonna happen today. I got that game right there. That's a pretty good game. Wait a minute. What's this right here? Hold on. But I have this already. Oh, the costumes. That's what it is. We don't need that on. We're good. What if they got Brody in here? I want freaking Brody for I do want that. I'm gonna get that tonight. I'm gonna get Brody, the character Brody. I want him for Dragon Ball Z. All right, let's drop another one on here. Megafall, that's a good game right there for VR. That's extremely good. Of course, you want to go in there, you want to destroy the entire city with mercy, but you can't. You know why? Because you have to beat the game first. I'm only halfway through it. Yeah, we're dry already. Let's drop another code on real quick. We don't need to at all. We're just putting it on for the sake of putting it on just to straight in the day. For someone who just sat there and said in the day, you can't put that many codes on the screen because you jam it up. No, you can. We're going to drop another one on there for fun. We're going to drop 2 more for fun, okay? 2 more for fun. Get you guys over here. See what they got over there for sale. right. I'm hearing a lot of noise downstairs. Chances are. No, I know he's at. He's in his box. That's his box. I can tell by the sound on what Taco's doing. That's his box. He's in there fighting his box. I tell you, animals are like kids well, cats are like kids at the, well, yeah, dogs are too like kids at the end of the day. I bought him, he has a ton of toys I bought from him. You know what he plays with? An Amazon box. That's what he plays with. Literally, that's his thing. He loves the Amazon box. I got him all kinds of toys that are censored, they motion, move by themselves and stuff. You don't touch it. He plays them once in a while, but that Amazon box, that is his joy, pride and joy. That's what he loves the most. It's an Amazon box. He'll be in that thing, fighting that thing all day. Boom, 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 boom. That'll be him in there. That's what I'm hearing right now. I was wondering what he was doing. He's in there fighting the Amazon box. I put a ball in there. That's it. That's him all day. Besides that and the projection screen. He loves the projection screen because he watches his mouse TV. All right, let me see. We need to put some here real quick. Drop another coat in. That's it. No pouring no line down the middle of the screen, none of that crap. We ain't doing that today. We ain't doing any of it else, period. Since we already painted the screen, pretty much, right on top of it is nothing. We don't need to put this many coats on. It's not necessary. Just won't put it up there. You don't have to do that. We're just doing it to show you at the end of the day that somebody, when they were talking on their channel, they had no idea what in the world they were talking about when they said that you can't put that many coats on the screen because you end up jamming the motor. You're not going to jam the motor at all. It takes quite a lot to jam a motor. Paint down there. Whatever. Yeah. Skin. Yeah, next one is a better container. That's good. Skin. You're not going to get this much skin. I didn't use the jar. I used my jar downstairs. And that's from my jar. I used downstairs. You always get a fresh jar. When I'm doing my screens, I don't use fresh jars because at the end of the day, that's wasting something that I paid for that I can use for a customer. So I get a little skin there from time to time. That's basically about it. Then just take your hand, wipe it till we're done. Corners, just like to do. In there. It's not gonna mess your screen. Let me do this. Now, when he says something about running your fingers through the screen, I'm pretty sure. Now, in order for him to know that, let me tell you something from the door. That's an old video. That's a really, really, really old video from back in the day. of me taking my fingers and running it through a screen. That's an old video. So it shows at the end of the day they were researching what I was doing. Probably copying some of my ideas from when I first started my company. Because anyone would know about that demonstration where I ran my hands through the screen, I'll show you the video, the timestamp on it. It's an old video. Which means he was researching it. Trying to figure out who I was and what I was about. That's what he was doing. So there was a purpose behind that video, which again, I tell people before you open your mouth and you start speaking, make yourself sound like a fool on camera before you start running your mouth. Got a little bit of skin here, people. This comes from my container. That's it. That's me. Yours is not gonna come out like that. You're good. Only mine comes out like that because I should have used a clean container, but I didn't do it. But anyway, like I said, now at that particular time when I made that video, that's right when Goose Screen was the top dog on the screen on the market. And on the Goose Screen standard, when you painted a screen, you couldn't have any imperfections in the surface. Because if you had any imperfections in the surface, that would display on the screen. That was the problem with the Goose Screen. It was even though it was a 3-coat application, in the 3-coat application on the Goose Screen, you had the primer, you had the paint, and you had the finisher. The finisher would protect the coat. But all of them served a purpose. Not like his product. None of them served a purpose at all. So when I threw my fingers to the screen, at that particular time, that era, we had Goose Screen, you had to have a screen that was perfectly, people spent days sanding down the screen to get it perfectly flat. Because if you had any imperfections, this would show up because Goose Screen solution was extremely thin. So doing that demonstration, showing them that you could take your hands and run it through the screen and still roll over top of it and have no problems of having anything show up on the screen. That was the purpose of the demonstration. Just like you said about styrofoam. Again, don't even know what you're talking about. When you sat there and said, who would paint a styrofoam screen that would snap in half? Again, no common sense whatsoever. At the end of the day, don't even know what you're talking about. There's several different forms of styrofoam. There's regular styrofoam that you stick inside the boxes, that has all the nooks and crannies. It's a very weak material. You can snap it in half with your hands. And there's something called insulation styrofoam. Try breaking that in half with your hands. I could smack somebody over top the head with that, and you could pretty much give them a good knot over top the head with it. It's about that thick. And it's used for basically insulating for garages or wherever you're going to have it at, for bathrooms or whatever. They make it in seafoam green. They make it in purple. And this is a very, very thick, heavy styrofoam. You have to cut this stuff with a saw. It's very smooth. Now, that's what you want to use if you're doing a screen made out of styrofoam. That's what you want to use. It's very lightweight, very cheap, very affordable, very easy to paint. On top of that, it doesn't require any heavy tools to cut it. So it's fantastic to use if you're going to be hanging this up on the wall and you want something you don't have to spend a lot of money with it. If you double it up, what you could do with it now, it works as an insulator because you can put wall speakers into it and you can actually use that as a form of installing speakers into your screen. But these individuals, like I said, at the end of the day, they run their mouths and don't know what they're talking about at the end of the day. Oh, my goodness. Let's go turn this on. I'm going to drop one more on it, and we're done. Now keep in mind, like I said, it does not require, it requires 1 coat. That's it. The reason why we're putting the extra coats on it, to prove a point, to show you at the end of the day, you're going to watch Mr. Bird put 5 applications on the screen when we get done. I'm going to roll the screen up and down. We're not going to have any problems with it. Other than that, you put 1 coat on it. You're done. That's it. Doesn't make a difference what color the screen is. You coat over it and you're done. It's a 1-coat application. That's it. But we're doing that on purpose to show you at the end of the day that no, you don't have to go through that all that nonsense that the other person was talking about at the end of the day. Poppy crop. You know, it's funny because even when I first saw the demonstration, I asked him, can you break it down and explain? It still hasn't been broken down. It hasn't been explained about that whole polarization optimization stuff. I haven't seen a demonstration yet breaking it down. What would happen if you would skip some of those steps? Would it change the outcome of the screen's performance? And haven't seen it yet. So if you're telling people they have a building system, a system that causes you to put layers on it to build it, to optimize it. So what happens if you miss a few of those levels? What is the outcome? Can you show us this? Can you show us this is a necessary process that needs to be done because the outcome of the screen is not going to be to perform well without this process. And we're not seeing this in any of these demonstrations. So technically, at the end of the day, you're just talking trash. And that's what it comes down to. Break it down. Let me see this. Because I'm not the naive individual who's going to sit there and go, oh, that sounds amazing. No, I'm going to ask you questions at the end of the day. Show me where, if I miss 1 and 2, and I just add 3 and 4, what is the outcome of that? Let me see it. There you go. That's just the small stuff. We got those videos in forum sites right now. We go on and we debate, we talk through these things. And people ask questions. And we had that conversation, I go, wait a minute. Now what the heck, how do you use this with the paint sprayer? If it requires for you to pour the line in the middle of the screen from this end to this end, how would you apply that to a wall at the end of the day? Because you can't pour a line down the wall because it would drip down the side of the wall if the surface is required to lay flat at all times. How would that even work? You couldn't do this. That would be virtually impossible. How would you use a paint sprayer? So you can use a paint sprayer. So are you going to take a paint sprayer and you're going to spray a line down your screen? How would that even work? That doesn't make any sense. If that, like I said, you heard him in the conversation say paint pan. If you can use a paint pan, you don't have to put a line down the middle of the screen. Just put in the paint pan and you're done. That's it. Yeah, it's a whole lot of stuff, man. It's a whole lot of stuff. So that's why I wanted to get the product here, because I was going to literally break it down. Literally, I was going to get the product, come down here, and we're going to break the whole thing down. To where it basically says if you put an extra coat on it, it makes it brighter. Oh, we'll test that. I got a game gun coming in pretty soon. Yeah, I bought a game gun. Yeah, I'll test your theory. If I tell you that we developed dark technology, and our dark technology has the ability to pour amazing white levels, guess what? Mr. Bird's going to be downstairs on a 1,000 lumen projector with other surfaces that are black, just like on my screen, and ensure that we produce the highest black levels. Either we're at 1,000 lumens or whether we're at freaking 4,000, 5,000, where it may be, we're going to be in a max out zone with a ton of light in the environment, and we're going to use a low-end 1,000 lumen projector and show you the difference between our product and everyday paint. We can back that up. Ambient light rejection technology, I have no idea how many times I had to back my product on that. I have screens on my website. See my pictures on my website, the difference from everybody else's? You see screens outside on display on 150 inches, 180 inches. You see them inside. You see them coming up on the ceiling. On their website, they got these little pictures of these rooms with these dark screens stuck in these dark environments. And even though we're having this conversation, you're looking at this right now as we're talking. Yeah. Gotta back it up at the end of the day, people. That whole Sherman-Williams thing, man, it's a huge eye-opener at the end of the day. It's a huge eye-opener. That's Sherman-Williams. It's a huge freaking eye-opener. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure when that paint hits your doorstep, whatever you paid for, you want to make sure you're getting what you're getting. At the end of the day, I can show you that I'm not shipping you everyday black paint. Because I can take black paint and put it against my screens and I can show you a difference. But they haven't done that yet. So what's the difference between them two and everyday gray paint? How do you know that you're actually getting what you paid for at the end of the day? I got another black on black demonstration to do tonight on something else completely different. I got 4 more video slots on that website I got to fill up with those black on black demonstrations. So now we got to think of something else new to do with it. Well, that's a beautiful bike. Now I'm not into the rocket pockets. I'm into like the Harley Davidsons. I like the old-fashioned bikes, the Choppers, the Chiefs, all of them. I like them. I like the old schools. That's what I like. Because that's a bike, I mean, like I said, to each his own. Mind, this is my personal opinion, all right? But to each his own. But when you got a bike like a Harley Davidson, especially when you got a classic, that's a bike at the end of the day, in time, appreciates in time. It becomes a classic. But to each his own. Some people like the bikes. And don't get me wrong, I love the bikes. The rocket pockets, oh, I freaking love them. The bikes zooming at 100 miles an hour, I think that's quite impressive. That you could travel that fast and have that much control, I think that's absolutely amazing. I don't put anything down, but it's just not my thing. I like the Harley Davidsons. I like the classic bikes. My brother used to have, I think it was a 1960 or 1960 Harley Davidson Chopper. He had one. One of my brothers used to be at Hell's Angels. Way back in the day. Way back in the day when you had Woodstock and all that. He was a Hell's Angels. And I'll show you how. I remember when his bike used to pull up and he used to come in from the desert. Him and his group, I'd be out in the desert. I don't know, God knows what they were doing. And he come in, you could see the dust coming off of him. He had the rags on him and the silver rings. And I remember seeing that leather jacket, Hell's Angel printed on that on the back of that denim in the back. You hear them spurs going off that. Hey, the Hell's Angels. And so all come up to the house, whole bunch of them. They all come up in the house. It's amazing how their formation is. Like you ever play Grand Theft Auto, the version where you get to play as the bikers and you have to be in that formation? They're literally in that formation. And they all line up. That is freaking amazing how they do it. They all line up and they have their bikes like that. I think that's amazing. And they have it all in formation like that. I think it starts from the captains. They have different ranks and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting to watch. Oh, we got the snow. We got the snow. Look at it creeping up. Yeah, they gotta be careful, because man, that's a fender bender right there. I know they're gonna come by my house. I know you got cameras up there. I got cameras up there. I'm watching you guys right now. I got one perched up on the ledge in the attic that's watching right now. So I guess if anybody needs a flash drive, because I got the recorder upstairs where I just put the recorder in, I just gave him a flash drive. That's what happened to the woman on the corner. Some guy that came speeding around the corner. He was drunk. Bam! Smacked right into her car. Sure enough, the cameras picked it up. They caught him. License plate and everything. They came right out. Like, you got it? There you go. Here's a flash drive. Shouldn't be speeding around that corner anyway. That's a good way to get yourself murdered. All right, let's go through this while we're looking at this. I'm going to check out see what we can have over here. Burton needs a new game. I don't know why I'm buying it. But, you know, in the wintertime, you want to stack up on games. Ooh. No, that looks pretty bad. The Evil Within. I got a friend of mine who plays nothing but horror games. How does he do it? I don't know. I need to sleep at night. Let me see. What's this right here? I know I'm gonna regret it. It's like $3. But then again, I bought some games for $3 that were actually pretty good. Oh, we ain't got nothing playing down here. Ooh. Paris. Drive-through. 4K. Oh, yes, I got a Paris drive-through. Heck yeah, I'm watching that. Look at the colors on that. Look how amazing the colors look on. I love this technology, man. That's a 720, mind you. That's the 600 by 800 res, 720p. That's the one people skip over this projector. They don't want to go near them because they think they're trash at the end of the day. No, they ain't trash. The screen's displaying off them with trash. You can't pick it up. The screen can pick it up with no problem. Projector cost me $150. Oh, that looks cool as I don't know what. Wait, so am I driving in the dirt? 15 stadiums. Track. Can you drive anywhere you want? Tell me you can drive anywhere you want. It's only $3. Yeah, I gotta put this again. You can drive anything you want, man. I want this. You know, bikes too? Oh, yippee-yi-ki-yay. Where you going? Yeah, you're in the wrong direction, aren't you? You're not supposed to be over there. It's not your section. I'm gonna drive that. Oh yeah, we're getting this. Yeah, I like this. Hold on, I'm gonna you guys decide. We're definitely getting this. That's $3. I ain't passing that up. That's a rally game. Oh, they got a couple others. And they got monster trucks too. Oh yeah. Let's get this one right here. I need to get a steering wheel badly. I know you guys remember Burnout Paradise. You remember the truck called the Governor? You remember that freaking monstrosity? You had to win. I guess you got that one of the packs. That was the hardest truck to steer. The steering wheel on that truck was so freaking hard. It was literally like driving a car with a rusty valve. But it was big, man. It was a big, it was a Hummer. It was like the Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Governor. That's what it was. But we had this race, man. It was so funny, man. Everybody had to be at the top of the hill, the highest hill in the game, and everybody had to drive the Governors. Oh, that was the most fun I ever had in my entire life, man. The laughing in the background when people trying to turn that turn in that big old truck, and you couldn't cheat. You couldn't drive down the side of the hill. You had to go all the way down. Oh, it was so much fun. That's what that truck reminds me of, the big one, the Governor. Oh, Burnout Paradise. That's why I said the best part of my life with Xbox was Xbox 360. I think people talk more to an Xbox 360. Now, I mean, I don't know if y'all might have people you talk to, but I don't talk to many people on there. Oh, there's not enough space. Of course there's not enough space. Freaking what the freak? Okay, hold on a minute. I forgot I got a flash drive in, but I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to get rid of some of my games. I got some games I don't play anymore, so. These systems should have had much bigger hard drives on them. Much. I got a terabyte on mine, but it should have had much bigger hard drives on here. Let me go back to the beginning, because I want that game. That shows you at the end of the day, yes, the PS4 was going to do DRM too. They just watch Xbox do it and fall into a hole, and they said, nope, we're not going to do it. Sharing is caring. You guys want to do the same thing too. But I think it's a bad idea in a way, because if you don't have good internet, you have to be online 24/7 to use it. But another way, it's pretty good because you got an infinity storage space. But I've never used the cloud, and I'm not a big fan of storing stuff in the cloud to begin with. All right, so let's see what we want to get rid of. We don't play anymore. We definitely don't play this anymore. So. Let's see what else we got on here. I still got to get back in Assassin's Creed. I got some stuff in there I haven't finished yet, some unfinished business in there. We definitely do the Crash Bandicoot. We definitely do that. This game right here, the Rock of Deep Rock, it's good and all, but it's kind of bugging me a little bit, so I can take a break from that a little bit. Let's get rid of that. Let's see, I got more than enough. I'm definitely not getting rid of the Dungeon Defenders. I got to get back on that server and finish playing because I kind of stopped playing that for a bit. Everything else in here is good. I got to get into this freaking Predator hunting grounds. I haven't tried it yet. Alright, that should be good. So where are you? Oh, wait, crap. I got a notification. What am I doing? Let me see. Cannot download because there's not enough space. Man, how much did how much did Fallout take out? I got a flash drive. I don't know if I feel like sticking that thing in there right now. Let me see. What are we gonna do? I'm definitely not getting rid of World War Z. I play that faithfully. Something we're not dealing with anymore. Let me see. Let me take this out. We don't want this. Definitely don't play that anymore. Let's see. Got another one in here. Can you definitely go? Definitely not playing this one. Alright, let's see. Definitely playing that. Not done with Far Cry yet. I gotta finish the rest of the endings on that. I heard there's more endings to that. That can definitely go. We're not doing this one. I'm gonna have to modify me a hard drive. I know you can basically, I don't know if you can take the hard drives out and modify them. That's the biggest hard drive you stick on anything, you can modify them. Or I just put it out, just build myself a hard drive that I can plug up to. I want to build myself something from, but then again, I gotta carry that with me. Ugh. They should have started them off with 5 terabytes. At least 5 terabytes. How much freaking, I know for a fact the PS5s don't even have a terabyte of hard drive space in there. They got 750 or 850, something weird in there they got in there. But I know it's not like 2 terabytes. They don't have 2 terabytes in their systems. And that's really, really messed up. You pay that much money for a system, it should at least have, if it's calling itself being the next gen, it should at least have anywhere between, maybe 2 to 5 would have been nice. 5 would have been really nice. If they would have put like 5 terabytes, would have been real nice. This is the reason why I like building PCs, man. With PCs, you can drop as many terabytes in there as you want. You don't have to worry about going through that nonsense in the day. That's what console gamers don't get at the end of the day, man. The fact to be to manipulate your hardware any way you want to, man, that is freaking power at the end of the day. That's why they call it PC Master Race. If I want to upgrade my graphic card, I got that option. I'm going to put more RAM in there. I'm going to upgrade my CPU or GPU. You have that power to do that. And that's the beautiful thing about basically being able to design your own PCs. It's like you're really literally building your own gaming system. Then you drop your own, when you think at the end of the day, you can drop your own freaking interface on it. You go to Steam, that's your interface right there. You download onto it. Man, it's freaking crazy. And yeah, I had one guy talking about, remember back in the day, if you had a PC game, you were actually, a PC, you were stuck to a keyboard and mouse. No, you got something called big screen picture mode. I can use the same stuff y'all got. Same controllers, everything. Sit back there in my chair and play it. And that one, I can play my games in a 235.1 aspect ratio because in there, you can actually literally go around, you can manipulate the stuff that you want to do on your graphic card. But the thing about the console systems, people understand when it comes to console systems more and more are evolving into PCs at the end of the day. But the thing about it is, y'all cooling systems are horrible. Y'all stick these high-end parts in these compressed little areas. You see the size of the PS5? It's literally the size of a mini tower, and still it doesn't even have the cooling system of a basic PC. That's why they're burning out all the time. The Xbox 360 was a freaking nightmare. They literally dropped right on top of the GPU. You put an optical drive right on top of the GPU, and then for some reason you put in these heat shields. What the freak are heat shields? So literally it's like taking your system and sticking it in a microwave oven. And they're burning out so fast. And on top of that, when it came to basically, what was it, how they bolted the CPU. They used a kind of a spring lock system and some cheap thermal paste. That's why a lot of people were actually taking them apart and removing the sockets and resoldering, and not resoldering, but re-putting the thermal paste back in. Because the thermal paste they used was cheap. That thing was, it had its flaws. It was good, man, but it had so many flaws to it. And he used old IBM motherboards in there. Oh, man. That's the only thing I don't like about, I love console systems, I'll give them at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, when you get to pop them open, and you can see how they're designed, you're like, oh, especially if you build and you design PCs, you're like, woof. Woof. Like, really? I'm paying this kind of money for this? But all that heavy hardware they put into that system, that system is really not designed to keep itself cool. That's why they overheat like that. Give you a couple little fans on there and a few exhaust systems here and there, and that's it. You know the kind of cooling system that goes into a PC to keep it cool at the end of the day? That's why they got all those fans. On top of that, one of the things I don't like with PCs, I do love PCs, but I don't like the ones that come with all these fans. You know how dirty your PC is going to get at the end of the day? Especially if you're having the floor, it's going to collect dirt. Unless you have filters on them. And if you have filters, you can slide in and out. You're still going to have to clean the filters at the end of the day. That's why I do nothing but liquid cooling. Liquid cooling, there's no sound. There's no going off. It's like at the Batmobile going up under your desk. Because they get noisy after a while. They do. They get really noisy after a while. You got the ones that are really quiet. Got some good barbarians in them. They're really quiet ones. At the end of the day, they still eventually have to be cleaned. They get dirty. That's why I like liquid cooling. Quiet, no noise, nothing. Vegetable oil is even better because you can drop the entire PC in vegetable oil. But the only problem when you run a PC in vegetable oil, you can literally cook your PC at the end of the day. A lot of people don't do that. They think when you take the vegetable oil PCs, you can just take the whole thing apart and stick it in there. You do know that your CPU is in there generating a ton of heat, and that's going to heat up the vegetable oil at the end of the day. The trick to get around that is you put a liquid cooling system onto the CPU, and you keep your radiator system up top. And that will keep your CPU nice and cool the same time when you have your vegetable oil in your PC. I'm going to show you some videos back in the day where I've got it down to around 17 Celsius in there. And how you modify your radiator system, like I said, those fans that come with them, the RPMs are too low. Get some really high-end RPM fans on it and put a fan speed controller on it so you can speed up your RPMs on your radiators. All right, can I get my game, please? Do we have enough here? Preparing to download. Thank you. How big is this game? All right, last coat. Like I said, we're just doing it for fun. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. It would have been done by now, literally. Can you imagine if I told you we put 3 coats on here already, right? Can you imagine if I was painting one of his screens, like literally I'd be going through this over and over again. But this time, I wouldn't be putting the same paint down. I'd be putting a different paint, which means each time I would have to go downstairs and wash my roller out and come back upstairs to paint the screen because each paint has a different color application to put on. Do you know how much a headache that would have been? There you go. And we're just putting the same paint on over and over and over again. So that's the reason why I said some of these demonstrations, man, woo! Some of these demonstrations are a bit, they're just, they don't make any sense at all. I'm sorry, just don't make any sense. And then they make no sense at all. All right, let's get this done because I'm gonna play my game. I want to go drive out in the woods and tear stuff up. I gotta take pictures of my screen when I'm done. Ooh, that's a huge piece of skin. I don't want that in there. No. Let me drop this somewhere. All right, anything here to drop this into it. I'm gonna just drop it on this. That's a big piece of skin. That's our last coat we're gonna have to do. I gotta wash my hands real quick. I'm watching you because I can see your paws right at the door, so don't even think about it. I know you want to go in a room, I know you want to go and see, you're curious to see what's going on in there, but no. Stay out of there, it's not for you. Bobby wants some more pizza. I'll give him some more pizza later on tonight. He likes the pizza. He likes the pizza. Alright. So as we did before, same thing as always, we get our corners. Where are you? That's a fly. Gotta go. Having a heat wave, tropical heat wave. Aren't you the guy who used to make screens? Like, nope, it's not me, it's had a brother. It might be my twin that does it. When I retire, I don't exist no more. I might have a couple screens for myself. My brother was designed for screens for my friends and stuff. Other than that, no more. But I do like doing what I do. But everybody, like I said, you can't do it forever. Sooner or later, you have to call it quits. Now you see why I never had nice clothes, right? There you go. That's why I never had nice clothes. And I have to buy more clothes now. I have to buy more clothes, I have to go out and do something. Now, stuff like this, I usually wear to Home Depot and Lowe's because who cares? What's that? Changing glasses. We have a huge piece in here. No, it's still sitting on my table, you know that? It's still sitting on my table. No, he hasn't called me or nothing to come pick up his package paint. Still sitting there on the table. Hasn't called me yet. But when he does, he sends me a text giving me the okay to ship it to his front door, I send it right out to him. Still nothing yet, people. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Maybe he can't back it up. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Can't back it up. Never call yourself the best if you can't back it up. You get that reputation when you can back it up. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Still sitting on my, I told you it's going to sit on my cabinet, on my table. It'll be there this summer, I guarantee you. He's not going to request that. Not going to request it. He's going to stay right there. But it'll be right there on the table waiting for him when he's ready. There we go. So we're done. We're going to let that dry. Matter of fact, I'm going to peel my tape off right now. Sit right there on that table. He's not going to request it. At the end of the day, if you're gonna call yourself the best, I hate to bring things up like this, but if you're gonna call yourself the best, I'm gonna call you out on it. I am gonna call you out on it. You're gonna call yourself the best, I'm gonna call you out on it. So I got this care package right on the table. Anytime you're ready to come request it, you let me know. And I'll ship it right to your front door. Tablecloths and all. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of that product you made. You claimed that was supposed to be my paint. How about you ship some of that to my front door so I can see if it matches my product over here? Because if you call yourself making my product, I'd like to see it. Ship it on over here. I'm going to test it out. But they won't do it. You know why? Because you never made my product to begin with. But I'm calling you out and asking you to do it. I'm giving you permission. See what I mean? See how people, at the end of the day, can't back up? You talk a lot of trash and can't back it up. But if you talk trash, I'm going to challenge you at the end of the day. I'm going to request it. So that's what happens when you get on camera, you showboat, and you play these games where you want to, you know, put on this show. I'm not about shows over here. I'm not about that. I keep it real over here. So if you call yourself making my product and you put these online, send it over here. I want to test it myself. I got no problem with that. Calling you bluff at the end of the day. And you send it over, I'll send you over that Sherwin-Williams and 2 tablecloths, and you can do the demonstration for your customers. That's why he's so quiet now. That's why he's not saying anything now. Now, let's get back on top here. You see this stuff right here? This stuff right here is that kitty tape. Like you might buy for your kids, that tape they like to play with. You know what I mean? They can tape stuff up and make cool colors and stuff. That's all this is. This stuff works just like frog tape. And it does. It works. It's perfect. Works just like frog tape. It's cheaper too. Now, would I use it for everything? No, not really. Because like I said, I like the frog tape because it's wider. If they made this wider, I would definitely buy this more than frog tape. But they don't make it wider. Frog tape makes it wider. This stuff has that same seal. Look at that. Look at the razor edge that I have right there. The same seal. Now I got the idea for this because I had this sitting there at the in my cabinet, and I hadn't had a frog tape, and I had to do a demonstration for a screen. And I'm thinking it's going to take Monday for the frog tape to get here. I can't wait that long. So let me tape you guys up real quick. This is bugging the crap out of me. So what I did was I had ordered a bunch of this. I got this the same day. It came in the same day shipping, like overnight shipping. So I was like, bet, that's what I'm going to use. So it worked perfectly. It worked just like frog tape. So I said, you know what? I'm still going to buy frog tape because I still need it because you don't get a lot on here at the end of the day. If I'm going to do a big screen like that, I need frog tape for that. At the end of the day, I do. But if I'm doing a screen like this, a small job, perfect. This stuff is perfect. And it's cheaper. You get like 7 in a roll. 7 in an entire roll. If the kids are a little ticked off because their tape is missing, they know why. Here we go. Got you guys taped down. Oh, McDonald's have fun. Yeah. I know this song about period. I can't remember the last time I sang an old McDonald's song. Right, see how clean that comes up? Tape. That's why I say you watch my videos. I teach you a whole lot of tricks. Like I said, I've been in the business for a long time. I learned all kinds of ways to do this. On so many levels, it's not even funny. Never thought you could use kids tape as frog tape for your screen. It's the same reaction. Well, like I said, for a big job, wouldn't do it. For a small job, yeah, perfect. And we are done. Do. There you go. See that laser cut edge? How clean that is? Kids tape. But you'd have never noticed that. That's what I said on the other channels. They don't teach you nothing. They don't teach you nothing. Just talk a whole lot of blah, blah, blah. Mr. Bird come here and say, look, I can show you how to paint the screen in no time at all. We could have been done faster than that, but I put the extra coats on here to show you at the end of the day. You're not going to jam your motor up with all these coats we just put on. That's not going to happen. That was just to prove a point. If I wanted to knock this thing out, the paint thing had been done by now. And you see me do it because I did it with those screens over there with no problem. I got 2 more sitting over there. We had the demonstration done us in no time at all. But just to show you at the end of the day, you can learn some things over here. Everyday kids tape. That's it. Well, not everyday kids tape. It's a certain kind of tape. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a link below. If I don't do it today, it'll be there tomorrow. Sometimes I forget. I get in the chair, I start relaxing, watch a little TV, and I forget to put links in. So I'll make sure tomorrow, if not tomorrow, I'll put this in where you can get this tape. It's like $2.30 on Amazon. You get 7 rolls in there. And you get the same laser cut edge. On frog tape says you get that nice seal. You get it with this too. Now, would I use this for large jobs? No, I would not. Something like this, a big screen like that? No, I'm not doing that. I'd rather go with the frog tape at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But something like a small job, something like this, or detail job, perfect, perfect. You kids will see you buying all this tape, talking about, is that for me? Like, no, 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 this is for paint job. It's for paint job. Look, see how sharp that came out? Nice and sharp. That's what you want. All right. Now, you know, there's things, I'm going to teach you some things with a paint sprayer too, because there's a whole lot of tricks with paint sprayers. There are so many different tricks I can teach you with paint sprayers, how to modify your paint sprayers to get the ultimate paint sprayer. Oh, there's a way to do that. And of course, it involves 2 paint sprayers. The Wagner 250, I don't know what they make now, but anything with a bigger compressor on the back of it, you do know that the Wagner paint sprayers are interchangeable. They both take the same sprayer. So I can take a spray sprayer of one cannon and stick it on another. Now, the reason why I like the 250s is because the 250s have a kind of they're a stain sprayer. They kind of spray it like a bit of a mist. It's real nice. It's a light coating. It's a fine spray. It's like using an airbrush. That's how fine it comes out. Now, when you use a bigger paint sprayer, they have a much larger nozzle. They have a bigger compressor on the back. These are designed for painting fences and the side of houses. So imagine you got all that paint pushing out, boom, hitting the wall or hitting your surface. And that's a lot of paint to be hitting at in one force. Of course, if a person's not experienced with a painter, a sprayer, and they don't know how to adjust how much of the paint they want to push through, and they don't know how to basically, you're supposed to dust the screen, not literally paint the screen. It's coating after coating, the coating, nice fine dusting. Then you could get all kinds of drip marks and everything else on your screen. It's not going to be something that's going to be like foolproof at the end of the day. The problem that you have with the 250s is the 250s are designed for smaller jobs, nothing on a bigger job. And so how you get around that is what I figured out is I have both of these sprayers downstairs. Like I said, it's a bit of an expensive hookup, but at the end of the day, you come out with a much more advanced sprayer. So what I did was I took the 250 and took the paint sprayer off that, the compressor off the back of that, and put the big boy on it. Now I got a heavy sprayer that can push out plenty of paint at a good amount of speed. And on top of that, it gives me that nice mist that comes out at the same time. It's like putting a massive compressor on an aerosol can. That's what it's like. So you spray a lot of paint, but it comes out in a nice fine mist, but you got a heavy compressor on the back to push that paint through. Then for the bigger jobs. Yeah, little trick to learn. There you go, nice and neat. So we'll let this dry. We'll keep that cat out of here because he's as curious as curious. I'm like, what's going on back there? I gotta know. What is it? The curiosity is killing me. Keep on killing me. Come back here. I want to rub my face in. I got to do it, man. I got to do it, Surge. I got him back there. He's just fiending. Just staring in the background, fiending. Hey, Hansel and Gretel. Taco. What's up, man? You good? You want some more pizza? I like the pizza. He likes bread. I don't know why. He likes the bread. He's a weird cat. He eats bread. He likes bread. You like bread? He ain't as fun as that. I'll say nothing and it can sound like a psychopath on camera. That's what you do. Say nothing. It makes me sound like a psychopath on camera. Hey, Taco. Taco Denario. You got the stereo? What you doing, Taco Denario? You want another Amazon box? We got a shipment coming today. I'll get you another box for your room. Since you like the boxes better than the toys I'm buying, it's just cheaper. That's like when you get a kid, you're getting the most expensive toy you can think of. He's don't like it, and he spends more day in the box than he does in the toy. I just should have just got him in the box. All right, we're getting a, yeah, it was a big file. Ooh, it was a big file. It's like 46 gigabytes on there. That's why they asked me to delete it. So this better be a good game, man. Well, I seen the bikes on it, man. So I'm hoping it's like the game Onrush, but with dirt. Oh man, that'd be so cool. Onrush has some really nice drops. I would like to get what's the game that had a good racing? Not Rush. Was it San Francisco something? I think it was. I forgot that game was. I'm trying to find that. If I can get that for N64, I'm gonna get that for the N64. All right. Let me there we go. We got the stereo. What? 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 Like a what? For what? For what? For what? Are you crazy? For what? For what? For what? Not for real, for what? Are you talking about for what? Not go to stereo. He got the stereo. For real? Crazy cat. You oh. I'm gonna get you that samurai outfit. I'm gonna get you one. That's all I want in your size too. I think it's pretty cool for you to have one. I love that thing. You do battle for honk. Love it. That's definitely covered in paint. Man. What's upset? 3 o'clock this morning? Yeah, 3 o'clock this morning. What was up? Oh, we still in this? Okay. Right there. It's downloading. Alright, I'm gonna wait for that. And I'm going to do a little, let's see, let me get back into my Streets of Rage for a bit. Oh, PC just went down for what? Let me see, where's the control for this one over here? Let me get something else on here. Let me see. Let's see. Outer Space, 4K. Any stores? I don't do photos. I want actual outer space footage. Oh, I like this one right here. Now, while I'm waiting for that to dry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little bit of this. I'm going to knock all these out, and I'm going to put the big projector up because I want to check that out. So we're going to knock these out and put in the big one and fill out the entire screen. So you can show you like the whole screen filled out. Now that one's going to have an Apple TV hooked up to it. I'm still going to be watching my anime and everything in here. This is just going to be a little movie theater in here. So we still got a lot more to go in here. Got to go pick me up some nice, elegant, fancy curtains and stuff. I might get my curtains from Paris. Everything's going to be nice and elegant here. I want it to look really fancy in here. I might go with those globes that spin in the corner. Nice and elegant. So I'm coming here to have my wine glass with some Kool-Aid in it. I don't drink at the end of the day, people. I don't even like soda. Yeah, come in here and just relax. Just give me 2 dogs on each side, 2 greyhounds, give me an escort with a bubblegum cigar. Like yesterday, we're gonna watch Kenny Theater. Kenny Theater. All right, let me see. I guess we're done with you for right now. I'm dropping you off right now because I'm gonna get ready to set up the big boy projector. Make a little bit of this. Check out the space station over here. One's already in here. Better.
Drop your weapon now. You have the right to remain silent.
Look at them shoes. What are those? What are those? Got an umbrella? Yes, it is. Very Poppins. Here's some Mary Poppins. Some of this Mary Poppins. Oh, that was nice. Umbrella. Oh, they're good. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Can I get him? I should go back and get Brody. This door. I think we gotta go downstairs. We gotta fire up. Let's see what's going on downstairs. We're making a ton of noise down here. Been in my windows. Let's see, he's in trouble again. Everything else lights on in here. We're gonna here. We're going here. I gotta finish making my dinner in there. All right, I'm gonna fire these up for today. I'm gonna fire these up over here. There we go. That's for that one. That's for that one. And fountains are good. I gotta keep refilling that fountain. There's too much around. I'm gonna come down here and watch a movie later on. So I'm going to charge this up and I get ready to set up the big boy projector because I'm going to see how this one's going. Okay. Now this projector is going to be for our Lights Out Theater. So we have 2 sets of projectors in here. Actually that one, the big one, this one right here, it's going to be for Lights Out Theater. This is what I'm doing my theater room setting. That's going to be first. I'm going to put the whole big screen. And this is going to be for other multiple applications. So let's get this one knocked out. Here too. All right. I'm going to set up the ultra and the short throw. Short throw is for the whole thing. Now, see these particular projectors? These projectors are expensive. Even though they're 720p, even though they're older ones, they're expensive. You know why? Because they have the original short throw lens. That's why. The projectors they're making now that they call short throw are called mid-short throws, which means you have to be back even farther just to get 100-inch. For this one, you don't have to be that far back. These are the original short throws. That's why they have the huge lens on them. Try to get another one of these, they wanted $1,000 for it. I got that one for $139. I'm trying to get another one. Just like it. Remember the demonstration I showed you with the 200-inch screen? It was that model right there that did it at 5 feet. Alright. Trying to knock out these. And I see the fire stick for this one. So I'm going to buy more fire sticks. You know what? I'm not even gonna get that Apple TV because I'm a fan of the. I'm gonna get the. Whatchamacallit was telling me they got a new Fire Stick TV. I think I'm gonna get that instead. Because everything else in here is all Fire Stick. Might as well keep it all the same way. They're all off. All machines are off. You good? Yeah. There. My TV. And where should we just have? Oh, right here. Close for this one. And this one's already set up. All I gotta do is just pull it back. It has automatic keystones already in it, so it's good. No problem. How about that? Please unplug the fire stick, put it back in. No. What's going on with this thing? There you go. And that is a 720p projector. I think it's WXGA. I can have the lights on if I want. I know I do that, and people think, okay, he has it on a bigger screen, that the image is going to fade out and wash. No, this is ambient light projection technology. I can have any one of these projectors in the house on. We're just going to be using this one with the lights out. This one is for the theater mode only. That's what we're going to use it for. But if I want to have lights on, I can have lights on. And turn the lights off for that one. The reason why I say that is because the naysayers are so quick to listen to everything I say. So they're kind of like, oh, we can only use that projector, but he can't use this projector. That's how petty they are at the end of the day. No, I can use both of them if I want. Not a problem. I was in there watching cartoons with the window open a few minutes ago. When I was in there, I had lights on here. Like that's what they'll nitpick at everything. Yet these are the same people that can't match their product to Sherman Williams paint. All right, let me see where we need to go with this. I need to find the remote control for this. This is going to be for my theater room when I'm watching movies and stuff. I'm going to be watching it like this. We're still going to have lighting in here. There's going to be lighting in here, trust me. I'm just going to pick out what kind of lighting I want in here. We're going to have lighting in here. I can't be in this darkness like this.
You gotta tell people that the Mutual customizes car insurance, so you wanna pay for what you need. You gotta do it fast.
So this screen's about 144 inches, but with this right here not being still in the floor, I gotta measure it out and see how big we got. But it's much bigger than 135 I had in here. 135, I couldn't do multiple screens on it. That's why it just came out better just painting the wall. I have no idea why. I dragged that screen from here into here. Ended up almost going to the hospital because I couldn't breathe correctly. Just to basically tear the whole thing down. And mind, that wasn't an elite screen. When I said I took out all my screens, that was a generic screen we had in here. That's why, if you notice, when I took apart the elite screen, it came apart pretty easy. But that screen, I literally had to fold it in half to get it out of here. But I am never ever doing a aluminum screen ever again. What for? I can build them, or basically at the end of the day, I can paint them. Now, motorized this? Yeah, I'll buy motorized. I love motorized screens. Now, you see the mark right here? That's come from the lens. The lens has a scratch on it. Like I said, very easy to get rid of. Scratch repair. Takes it right off. I just got to get my lazy behind the buying and stuff so I can get it done. But we'll do a tutorial video on it. Get a scratch. As long as the lens is not a deep groove scratch, then it's a problem. But if it's a light scratch, you can remove it. "3D outer space screensaver."
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I need that on the ceiling. Every time I find something, I always find something for the ceiling. Now, keep in mind, I want to go eat. I'm hungry again. I really don't eat much in a day, so I'm pretty much most of the time I'm working. So we're gonna let this dry a little bit longer, all right? But I guarantee you that I will be back in here, no matter how late it is, to show you the final results, because we're not going to wait the 5 to 7 days, or not even a whole entire day. If I show you tomorrow, that defeats the whole purpose. So I will be back in here to show you the rest of it. So I'm gonna hang it up right now because I want to get up the middle of my floor because I need space. So that we are going to do. We're going to hang it up. And I got to get some pictures off of it too. Oh, this hooked together? I'm going to say, wait a minute, I thought it was by itself. I literally thought that was the camera stand, and I just put the camera stand right there. All right, so I got to move you guys back because I got to turn this thing all the way around, and we got to hook it in. I need to get this out of the way too. Anything in the way while I'm doing this. Come on, baby, get in here. There we go. Let me see. Why are you like this? You should not be hanging up like this. Not with the tape in there for you. You should not be hanging up like that. I think they. Let's look at some tape for you. Right in there. Don't worry about that. What we'll do with that is That's it. It's still a little wet there. Now, if you want a little trick on how to stiffen your screen out so let's see it's nice and flat, what you want to do is that same primer I showed you, that Network Gray 773, works fantastic. We use that, I showed a few people on how to use that with that acoustic surface and how to make your surface stiff as a board. You put your first coat on, if you're using an acoustic surface, put your first surface on, it's going to go blotty. It always goes blotty because you have some areas going to soak in more, soak in less. Put your second one on, you're done right there. You can paint the screen if you want, but if you want to stiffen it, you put 2 to 3 coats on that. That'll stiffen it like a board. I showed you the demonstration. I put it below if you haven't seen it. Now, the same thing. When you're dealing with the screens right here, they get a little of a wave effect to it. This can disrupt the picture quality, especially if you use an ultra short throw. If you put a couple coats on it, it stiffens the surface a little bit better. Same thing. And usually, when we put the first coat on it, it'll be dry in no time at all. We can usually roll it right after. This thing has actually several coats of paint on it. Like I said, it's not required, but we did this just to prove a point. So it's going to take a little while for it to dry through. Like I said, I'll be back on here tonight to show you the rest of the results. We'll wind it up and down. We'll be good to go. Let me go get me a, whatchamacallit for this, a fire stick. So we can get this thing set up. Let me make sure this is shut, because like I said, my cat is on the prowl right now. He's curious as can be. Wants to know what's going on in this room back here, but like I said, he's none of his business, but you know how cats are. At the end of the day, they gotta be who they gotta be. Take the stuff downstairs. Done with this right here. And get everything cleaned up in here. Got a tape. All right, we're good. You can fire stick up and we're good. I'll be right back. Make sure the door's shut. I gotta watch him. Here's the customized PC. Can't wait to do my fallout. Actually, I need something right here right now. For the fallout setup, so nice. My chair set up over here. A recliner. So watch some movies tonight. Got over there, nice. Look at this with my neon greens on it too. Visual effect, copyright free music. That's another problem system. That's how beautiful that blue is. That new technology we got, that stuff is gorgeous. That's what I got in the next room. I was in the next room right now. Show my light up, sit up system over here. That design is what's up. Lights. LED lights in the back. And that's the Apocalypse projector right there. And I remember when I was painting this thing and hooking it up, that fast they came out and said, "Oh, you're gonna mess it up? You're not gonna be able to get to any of the compartments." Again, at the end of the day, I modded design PCs. It's the same thing. Take the whole thing apart, the chassis and everything, doors and everything off of it. Take the whole, strip it down, and you mod it. You cut and you code each piece by piece. That's how you do it. Look at that beautiful color. Let me see. Where's the sound at? I think the sound room is what?
Line in. When it comes to racing, respect.
Let's go with the contrast 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, this screen it's black. As you see, it's not the same color as you see here. As this screen that shows you. They're two different colors. But because it has contrast shifting technology, the minute the projector triggers on, they turn dark. Yet, when people were watching this, they thought there was chameleon paint in it. No, you know how chameleon paint works? If you move around the car, the chameleon paint constantly changes. This stuff doesn't do that. Always trying to figure out how it's done. I told you at the end of the day, all my tech comes from God at the end of the day. Try to steal it, you can't. Try to duplicate it, you can't. Try to make it, you can't. I'm the only one that can make it. When I pass off this earth, it goes with me. And you saw that screen that was laying down. That screen was coming out blue. It's exactly the same color as the gunmetal laying against it. Now, the beautiful thing about this demonstration, once we get the screen finally dry, what we're going to do is we're going to do a roll up and roll down. And I'm going to show you why on an ultra short throw projector now, why a gray screen will still fail you at the end of the day. Because I don't want to leave any room for anyone to say, oh, but that only applies to long throws. No, it applies to long throws and ultra short throws and 1,000 projectors. That's what this room is going to be set up for. And we can test all kinds of projectors in here at the end of the day and show you that a gray screen is a complete failure. This is what this area is set up for. It's a gray screen test zone. Just in case if you didn't know what we're working on. That's what we're working on. It's a gray screen test zone to show you at the end of the day why a gray screen is a complete fail. Now you got the big picture of it all. You thought it was just setting up a bunch of motorized projection screens. No. This environment is to show you at the end of the day why you don't want to go near gray screen paint products. Because we can test any projector we want in here at the end of the day, lighten up the walls and keep it nice and bright in here to bring in lots of light to show you the screen's going to fade out. And we can darken the environment to show you the screen's going to just splash light all over the environment and destroy your home theater setup at the end of the day. No matter what projector we run in here. And guess what? We're going to be picking up 4K projectors pretty soon too. Especially at P2. I told you I was going to get one. I'm going to show you at the end of the day why you do not want to use a P2. I think P2 is completely useless on a gray screen. And if you go out and swap your projector to get something else, I'll buy that one too. Now you understand the big picture of what the room's being developed for. There you go. Because if you can't back your products up at the end of the day, then you sure enough, and I'm going to guarantee I'm going to show people at the end of the day why your product is not worth their time and their effort of putting on their wall and destroying their home theater setup. Nothing's more crushing than to have the exact same projector you have and to show that how it's really supposed to look compared to what it looks like. I'm going to show them why you can't pull contrast up at the end of the day, even with your own projector. Now you see the big picture of it all. Now, anytime you want to back up your product, you let me know. I got a box on my table waiting for you. Crow 1176. And I'll ship it right over to you. You call me, text me, whatever, and I'll send it over to you. Until then, we are going to be doing these demonstrations down here at the end of the day for this room. That's what we set up for, to show people at the end of the day why you do not want to go near gray screen paint products. Because again, at the end of the day, they're going to destroy your setup. And if he says it's a lie and it's not true, well, like I said, I got a box on my kitchen table right now. You let me know and I'll send it right to you. And then you can prove to everybody that I'm a liar and a fake. Right? All right, gotta go, people. I'm gonna grab some pizza, heat it up, and get ready to get things ready to go. And keep in mind, it's not gonna be just for him. It's for Parte too. If he ever wants to throw his hat in the ring, we'll place an order for his product and get it down here too. I think we gotta have a table that, oh, that would be pretty hot. I'm gonna build me a little theater setup so we can set their products right up on that little theater setup, like a little tiny stage with spotlights and everything, just for you guys. Now, mind you, we already said already for him, I'm keeping my word on this. If he opens his mouth and says something stupid in his mouth, guess what? I'm going to paint half of your Cinemax right down the side of the middle of that screen on the other side. Not this screen. This screen's beautiful. I don't mess my screen with that. And then we'll do the demonstrations from there. And then you'll watch your paint blend into a $23 can of paint. All day, every time we do a demonstration in here. Every day. Oh, that gray screen paint is so old. It's so old. We're gonna have some, don't worry, we're gonna have digital and crystal screen painting here too, because I don't want people to think that's why we have the disclaimer. And digital and crystal screen painting, if you go into that website, there's a disclaimer that's saying that this stuff will not do the same thing our products will do. We're gonna have our stuff in here too, our old stuff from 7 years ago. Everybody's gonna be in there, gonna be all blended together like one big happy family. And then we'll bring this stuff in here to just pretty much just level it off. All right, well, now you know what the room is being developed for. That's what it's for. It's basically for that's why I called it the reality room. I kind of gave kind of a hint to what it was. It's a reality room to show you at the end of the day why gray screen paint products are a waste of your time, especially when they're matching a 773 paint product from Sherwin-Williams. But okay, with that being said, I'll be back on here later on the screen for the drives. I'm gonna get myself a slice of pizza. I'm gonna watch the Try channel. Oh, I love the Try channel so much, you have no idea. But anyway, so I'm gonna watch that tonight. Little golden, what's the guy called? Golden Sean, his farm. Yeah, he's a homestead. I like watching him. Dope or nope, stuff like that's the kind of stuff I like to watch. But anyway, I'm gonna be watching that tonight. Oh yeah, and Steve, boondocking with Steve, man. That's a cool dude at the end of the day. But anyway, so I'm gonna be out here watching those shows. But until then, as I said before, this area is going to be set up strictly for testing those gray screen paint products at the end of the day. To show you at the end of the day that if they make a mention about something, some bogus, outlandish, stupid claim about their products, we're going to show you where they were completely wrong. Like the whole thing, like you can't paint the projection screen multiple times, and how gray screens are fantastic for dedicated theater rooms. Yeah, Mr. Mannequin can tell you that one. It's not true. But anyway, yeah. All right, with that being said, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless. I'll be back on later on once this is all dry and good, and we'll go from there. It's gonna be a short video, very short video. Okay, gotta go. So just in the room before.